My wife wanted a light pole, an additional one installed near the street in our house, so I'm using my modified edger to cut a trench from the pole hole, the post hole that you see here, all the way down to the electrical connection at the other pole, about 200 feet away. And I'm using this modified edger, which has a saw blade attached to it, along with some widening strips that gives a deeper cut. As you can see here, we're cutting down, starting to cut at the hole, and it's basically trenching. Now, every once in a while, because this motor is small and doesn't have a lot of horsepower, and I've got a somewhat loose belt on here to allow it to slip, you'll see the blade stop. And that's just kind of a safety feature that inadvertently got built into the edger. I find that I kind of like it. As long as the blade's turning freely, I know that I'm going through relatively soft ground. If I hit anything hard, the blade will pretty much just stop, and that's fairly safe. You can see here we've made a little bit of progress. It goes pretty quickly, actually, surprisingly so. In the process of this video, we'll have cut through just about 200 feet. Did take out some of the trenching just to make this video a reasonable length of time, but accomplished this in just about an hour one afternoon, and very pleased with the overall result. I found, incidentally, you may be wondering why I'm going backwards instead of forwards with the edger. It just turned out that worked better in terms of digging a clean trench. When I went forward, the dirt tended to backfill in the trench a little bit. So I find it pulling the trencher or the trencher edger combo rather than pushing it seems to work a little bit better. Now we're adjusting the angle to pass a bit of a parking pad that we have adjacent to the driveway, and continuing our march on down toward the other light pole, which is where we'll pick up the electrical connection. Just a little bit more video here, and then we'll stop this and jump forward to the more finished result.
Hey Don, you want to stay close to the driveway, you're going to be in route.
Well, here's the pole cemented in. You can see the cement's right up to the place where the wire entered the pole. And now my beloved wife, for whom this project really exists, is poking the wire down to the trench, and as it turns out, the width and everything is just beautiful. It just lays in there as pretty as you please. The key thing is to unroll the direct burial Romex so that you don't twist it. There's a picture of the land pad that we're going to use. There's the trencher after cleaning it up. You can kind of get an idea. It's just a modified edger, and you can see the trench running all the way out to the street. And here we're just checking level on the pole. After the cement was poured, I go back periodically till the cement hardens up and tweak it in case the pole is shifted a little bit. I'm doing a little bit of tweaking on the level here. It's basically just the same procedure you'd use to mount any fence post. And there you see the trench all the way down to the other light pole.